Hey guys, what is up? My name is Jet and today I'll be bringing you guys a Sona guide. So you guys might ask, okay, why is this guy bringing me a Sona guide? So basically the reason why I'm bringing you guys a Sona guide is cause Sona has really seen a huge rise in popularity because she has the main elements that is very strong for our lane phase. In this new season, basically the lane phase is the most important. So the three elements Sona have, as you guys can see, are Poke, the Heim of Valor, Healing, the Area of Perseverance, and Movement Speed, the Song of Clarity. So basically these three elements are what makes Sona so strong right now. So basically Sona's strengths is the fact that you are very strong in team fights because of your ultimate, and basically you can engage and set up ganks for your jungler with the power chord slow here. Also in team fights you can initiate the team fights by flash outing, but I don't recommend that. But I mean, if your team has no engage, that's basically a very good engage tool, and yeah, that's why basically Sona is quite a strong pick right now. So basically the weaknesses of Sona is she's very squishy. So basically you should really look out for your positioning and try not to get yourself into a bad spot, as you guys can see her health scaling is atrocious. So also try to not get CC'd on Sona, because if you get CC'd because you're very squishy, you probably will die. So that's basically why Sona is not very popular in especially in some matchups. So basically I'm gonna show you a page of the matchups that Sona is good in and Sona is bad in. Do keep in mind that basically these matchups are not basically really correct, because it also depends on your skill level and how well you play a matchup and your AD carry as well, because if your AD carry is a more aggressive AD carry, then you should have the advantage in majority of the matchups. So the ones that I really think Sona is weak against are Blitzcrank, because basically engage on Sona, especially if you pair it up with another stronger AD carry in the bot lane. CC just shut Sona down, so yeah. Thresh basically, I mean, counter Sona in a sense that you have a lot of CC in your kit, and yeah, that's why Leona as well. These three are basically the three picks I really think Sona struggles against. So why Morgana is not in the weak list is cause majority of the times if you play Sona, you are actually not that concerned with dark bindings, because the dark binding animation is much more slower than Thresh, Hook, Leona and Blitzcrank engage tools, so you can use your E to escape them, whereas these few are just faster compared to Morgana ulti. So majority of Morgana's engage can be dodged with Sona's E, and yeah. So basically right now I'm gonna show you guys a few combos on Sona you can use. So first one is how to poke in lane. So you guys can see, I will replay it. You guys can see how I combo on Sona is I have one stack, I speed myself up, I use the Q, I get the auto attack down. That's basically one combo you can do on Sona to poke your laner. Of course, definitely this combo is harder to do if you're against CC lane, so do watch out, and you need to know like when to do the combo. Like basically what you want to be doing is get the empower kill combo and not others in lane. That way you can poke the enemy down. So yeah, the second combo I'm gonna show you guys is how to set up ganks on Sona, and this is basically very basic. I can bet majority of you guys know it, but yeah. So basically speed yourself up slash ulti. As I can see, my jungler and my top laner are coming, so basically that's how you set up your ganks. And yeah, I think this is really a very effective way to really set up ganks for your jungler. So right now I'm gonna show you guys the runes and masteries that I recommend on Sona. I'm not saying these masteries are the best, neither am I saying that they are the worst. Like, this is, in my opinion, the best runes and masteries for Sona. So yeah. So for Sona, the runes I recommend, there are 3 pages I'll be recommending, but honestly it also depends on the matchup you're into. So first page I recommend is the scaling page, whereby you get scaling CDR, and I mean, this page you have a bit of MR, and scaling health is much stronger on Sona because I mean, it really depends. You can get armor as well. I'm not saying that scaling health is the best, neither am I saying it's the worst. So of course magic pen is very crucial in the bot lane, because basically in the bot lane, basically what happens majority of the time is the AD carry doesn't build MR, so you want to get the true if you have more magic pen, you get closer to true damage, so you do more damage. And yeah, so the queens are flat. This page is recommended when you're in a sustained matchup, whereby you're into maybe like a Soraka or Janna, because this page is a scaling page. Basically when you're in a farm lane where you both have no Q pressure, that's basically when you go for scaling runes, when you have no Q pressure. But when you have Q pressure, this is the page I will recommend. So right here you can see 10% CDR right off the bat, so instantly you get 10% as the game starts. So this is actually very crucial because you get more spells out. And on Sona, basically, if you guys can see from this page, Sona's cooldowns don't reduce. That was basically the reason why cooldown is so important on Sona, and except her ulti, so fuck. Yeah, so Sona's cooldowns don't drop, and basically this is the reason why CDR is so good on Sona, is cause of her ulti actually, I mean her cooldown's not being able to drop, so that's why CDR is good on Sona. So I mean, like I said, things differ, of course. If you're in a ranked match, you can itemize, or you have many room pages, you can itemize for every matchup. So this page basically applies, you don't have any MR, and yeah, but you have the flat CDR, so yeah, this is another room page. So we have another room page that I basically think is stronger when you're in matchups like versus Blitzcrank or versus Thresh or Leona, whereby you go scaling health, or you can go armor, CDR queens, CDR blues, these 3 CDR blues for the 2.5%, and then your other additional glyphs you go with MR if you're into a Leona matchup. If you're into a Blitzcrank matchup, my recommendation is just go armor blues, even though they are bad. Yeah, and basically try to switch out some of your magic band for health or armor. You basically don't want to die. That's basically what you want to do in that matchup, and you have more sustain than them, so as long as you don't die, you should be able to do well in that matchup. So for summoner spells, standard, you definitely go flash, and then you basically go exhaust. So some people think that going ignite is better, so I really don't see ignite being a very strong summoner unless you're in a cheese lane, whereby, like you're in a Blitzcrank lane whereby early game your level 2, level 3 is the most important. Leona lane, for Sona you're more sort of like, if you don't win early game, never mind, you can still sustain through the lane, still scale late. So that's basically why you go with exhaust over ignite. Yeah. And for runes, standard rune page I like to run will be nothing in ferocity, because unless you're basically going aggressive, but majority of the time I think safety is much more important on Sona. So the page I run will be Wanderer, Secret Stash, because Sona uses a lot of potions, especially due to a mana problem. So definitely, because of mana problem, you go Meditation. Bandit, cause you're a support, you don't need Dangerous Game. Then you go Intelligence, just cause CDR, like I said, very important on Sona. And right here is a very interesting breakpoint whereby you can go Thunderlord's Degree or Windspeaker's Blessing. So Thunderlord's Degree will give you more poke in the lane, stronger in a poke comp, whereby your laners are both poke based, whereby your AD carry is a poke based AD carry, like Lucian, like Ezreal, even Misfortune. You can go TDL, but I mean TLD, oops, but I normally don't go Thunderlord's Degree, because as you guys can read, it's 10 per level plus 30% of your attack damage and 10% of your AP, and since Sona is an AP champion, that means Thunderlord's Degree will not be as effective on Sona as compared to AD casters like Lucian and Corki. So majority of the time I'll go Wind Speaker's Blessing. It's really strong. Gives your heals and shields 10% more stats, so it's really very strong, especially when you pair it up with Sona's W, whereby if your allies are in the radius, they also get a shield, so this one just gets double value. Also right now with the changes, whereby basically your shields and heals right now grant armor and MR that are flat compared to last time, whereby it's percentage. It's much stronger than before, so I recommend going this one, but I mean you can go TDL if it's a poke comp. Twin Speaker's Blessing is stronger when you are grouped up and you want to team fight and your composition is very squishy in a sense, because it gives you extra armor and MR. Then after that I will go the resolve tree. I will go for recovery, because you don't get armor and MR on Sona majority of the time unless you're in Blitzcrank, Leona, Thresh matchups. That's when you get unyielding, because your runes will be have armor and MR, and so you will gain some value, but I really don't see it being useful. So Explorer, unless you are in a Blitzcrank, Leona or Thresh matchup, then you will get tough skin, because you just don't want to die. The extra 2 less damage you take from champions and minions can help you survive, whereas Explorer is much stronger whereby you have lane dominance and control. So I will get Veteran Scars, because health is really one of the things Sona lacks. She has one of the lowest base health in the game, so getting extra health just makes you not die that effectively. And I mean, a lot of people can say runic armor is strong, but it's not really strong, because you get 8% stronger, but basically it's not much. When you guys see 8% of 30 early game is really like 3, somewhere close to 3. When you max heal and you don't max heal first, it's 121. It really is not very like essential, whereby the extra health just has immediate effect and it's just overall much stronger. So after that I will go into Insight, just cause Insight is I mean you just get more flash ultis off, your exhaust will be up quicker, so it's really useful. Summon spells are really what keeps you going majority of the time, and when you're down a summoner you need to play safe, so that 15% is actually very crucial when you think about summoner spells having a 300 second cooldown. So right now I'm gonna talk about the items I normally build on Sona. So after that 10%, you basically only have an extra 30% more to go. So normally how I build Sona, early game what I start with will be Spell Thief's Edge and the refillable potion. So this will be what I will be starting with, and then after that how I will progress it will be depending on how much money I have when I recall, majority of the time you will end up at quite a large amount of money. Let's say 900, because Sona lanes, unless you die, normally tend to stretch very long. So 900 basically will give you Frostfang and the Corrupting Potion. It depends. Basically, I normally go Corrupting Potion as the next item if I have 900, but if you're in a matchup like I said, Blitzcrank, Leona and Thresh, you want more mobility instead of getting this, so you'll get boots, because in these matchups it's the extra speed helps you in dodging skill shots. So yeah, this will be how I built it. So I'm gonna go through the matchups whereby it's not those 3 bad matchups. So after this I will build Finish Codex, then Frost Queen's Claim. It also depends, because yeah, sometimes I know a lot of people are gonna say this, like I should get Sightstone first, but in a Sona lane, I think that Warding Totem basically for bot lane is enough to sustain through, because if you and your AD carry both ward, like one spot that you think the jungler will gang by, then basically you'll have a ward there forever if you and your AD carry ward. So it's a effort from both. So normally get this. Of course I don't get this immediately, like I mean I don't get, so yeah, I get Frost Queen Claim. So after that, basically I will build up my boots to the Sorcerer Shoes. It depends. Basically my rule of thumb is, if I'm level 9 and I have enough money for Sightstone, I will delay my build first and get the Sightstone, and then after that get the alteration, the Orica alteration. That's basically when I normally get my lens upgrade. So level 9 is where I get my lens upgrade, cause basically in solo queue it's less of denying vision majority of the time but gaining vision, so I will get my lens upgrade only at level 9. Also, you don't necessarily know essentially where the ward is, so your sweeping lens is pretty much useless. You're only denying vision at one spot, so normally go for the red one when I can get Oracle Alteration. So after that, after this, normally go with 6 Harbinger. I mean it's just all around a strong item. It just makes your mid game carry just become that much stronger in the mid game. I mean no one says you can just get it on hyper carries. Basically on mid game champions whereby they use a lot of spells, and Sona also uses a lot of spells, so your Harbinger will proc a lot faster and it just gives them what they need. The crit chance is so crucial, especially when like maybe the Lucian just has Essence Reaver, but you get that extra 50% crit chance all of a sudden. He just gets the extra 20% CDR that you don't get when you just have an Essence Reaver, and he gets 30% all of a sudden, so it increases his damage output overall as well. So after I get these two, my next item will be, I know some people will be like what the fuck, but yeah, this one helps you just cap out the CDR. Also increases the amount of poke you do, so it's stronger in a poke comp, but honestly, I mean, you can go for any item that is 10% CDR. Of course, recommended one if you're not in a poke comp whatsoever, or your team already does a lot of damage, and probably want to get the locket, get the Kindle Gem part first, because the faster you carry up CDR, the better it is on Sona. So I mean, if you have enough for straight up Aegis, then just get Aegis. But majority of the time, supports don't come out with 1.5k, so just cap out your CDR first. It's more important. Yeah, so this is basically one build path you can go. Not saying it's the best, there are a lot of better items. I mean, I know some people go Ardent Sensor on Sona because it's just OP if your team is like a more AD based team, because the attack speed helps and more mobility, but I don't really see it being very useful. So this is one way of building Sona. There's another way you can build Sona when you're in those matchups I talked about earlier. The Thresh Lucian, the Thresh Blitzcrank and Leona matchup. Basically how you would want to build Sona will be just getting Frost Queens. Ancient Coin honestly is the optimal way you build Sona in these matchups, because you're probably not gonna poke them. You just basically wanna try and play as safe as possible. Refillable potion if you're not confident. If you're confident you can dodge the skill shots, but recommended one is if you want more sustain, so optimally this build, because basically what you want to do is, in this lane right now, your priority is just to try and not get caught, and you just want to try and survive the lane. So then after that you just get Session if you can. Then you want a more defensive build, you get Merc Threads, because those lanes have a lot of CC. Of course you get, depends, maybe if you're behind or you just know you're gonna get hit by a hook majority of the times, get Merc Threads first, then you start building up. Of course, in this kind of scenario, basically you don't build up instantly. You probably get Ancient Coin, Nomad's Medallion, stay there, then build Sightstone first, or Boots, depends, because you want the extra health, you don't want to die. So yeah, then after that basically this gives you 10%, then you can build, depending on the situation, you can build maybe, let's say, Locket, and then after that go Harbinger. You just want more tankiness first, then get the late game items later. In these matchups where your laner is weaker than your enemy laner, this is basically what you wanna do. Just cap up CDR, but go for a very tanky build. So yeah, I think that's all for my Sona guide. If you want more guides, do check out my channel. I will be trying to post more guides, and yeah, hope you guys learn a thing or two from my Sona guide, and thanks.